We're going to be doing lesson 4 application, so make sure you get your files all downloaded from the Google Drive. I'm going to do that right now. Alright, so here is my starter document. It says open the program. So it says line spacing. So we want to set it to 0. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is number 3, is hit Command A and change my line spacing to 0. Go to my Layout tab, type in 0, and hit Enter. Alright, it then says that we want to set all of our margins to 0.25. It wants us to do book fold. Alright, we're going to do this for all. Now in the Mac version, we have to go to Page Setup and make sure that we switch it to Landscape. Alright, and then we can hit OK. OK, so what it did is it made our page landscape and then book folded it. Alright, so we pretty much took a piece of paper in half and folded it in half. So, and we'll ignore the print margins. So there we go. It says in the footer on the bottom of the page, put your name on the left and page number on the right. Make it 0.2 from the bottom and make the font size 8. So I'll go down to my footer. I can just double click down here. Okay, we'll make this 0.2 from the bottom. I'm going to make my font 0.8. Go ahead and write in Mr. Bednarski. Okay, and then on the right hand side, we can put the page number. So we have page number, we have a tab right here. I'm just going to drag this over to the right here. So now when I hit my tab, puts me on the right hand side, and here we go page number. There we go. Alright, it says add a bookmark to the front of the words production team and call it page 4. So to find my bookmark, to find where it wants me to put that, I can go and write in production team in the find, and here it is. So I'll go here, click in front of production team, go to bookmark, and name it page 4. Use bookmark to go to page 2. So I'll click on my bookmarks, click on page 2, and go to. Alright, so it says that it wants this to be on page 2. It's currently page 1. So it says it wants to do a hard return. A hard return is holding Command and hitting Enter. As you can see, it just put a page break in there. Alright, so you can either manually insert that or a hard return Command Enter will do the same thing. Color scheme. So whenever we're changing the design for the entire document, right? Multiple colors, multiple themes, multiple fonts. We're going to go here, and I believe orange, red, red, orange is what it wants. Insert the image of the Music Man logo from your Lesson 4 folder. Insert picture from File. And let's see if I can find this, the Music Man. Right here, Music Man logo. And Enter. So you can see it went down onto this page. So I'm just going to hit Command X to cut it. And if I click in front of my page break, I can then get it on that first page. It wants us to wrap the image to tight and center on the page. So go here, picture format. I'm going to go tight, and I'll just say center of the page right there. Page border. So page border, we're going to click off the image so we can go to the Design tab, Page Border. Just want something simple, so I'm going to go here. I think it wants it to be red. Yep, keep it simple, thin, choose whatever style you want. So we'll do the dotted line, I guess. And we just want it to be on the first page only. Go ahead and hit OK. Shape, it says we want a square exactly 1.39 in height and 4.82 in width along on the top of the border as it shows in the example. So we're going to go to Insert, Shape, get me that square here, and insert it up there. So now 1.39 on the dot, and change the height to 4.82. It should fit right there. If you want to get technical, it's hard to move with your mouse, but if you want to move it with your cursor, it then wants it to be black and wants us to insert the text. So I'm going to go here. I can say add text. Add text. Hill Valley Community Players Present. Now it wants us to change this font to something of your choice. And make it roughly around 28. Okay, so now I can just copy this. I'm going to paste it and drag it down. And it wants us to put our high school here, Waukesha West, HS. All right. Oh, it wants you to put the date in there, but let's go February 23rd, 2022. All right, tables. So under the place your cursor in the blank line after the words cast, clear formatting, then add a table that is 4x5. So clear formatting is right here. Go to table, insert table, and make it 4x5. Now it does want you to type all this out, so I'm going to use my, I'm going to stop the video here. Alright, so what I did was in the Google Drive, I selected all the pictures and I downloaded them, so it came as a zipped up file, and then opened that zipped up file, and here is that. So now what I can do is, as you just saw, I put it on the same screen, so now I can just go ahead and click and drag. Now this is my Finder. I didn't go to Insert Photo. I just went to my Finder, and now I can import those pictures. Just like that. Alright? Alright, so it says that now once we have our pictures in, it wants us to change the height of all the pictures to be 0.6. So I'm going to select my images here. Oh, I can't select more than one. So that kind of stinks. But to change your height, you just go here, 0.6, and change all of them to 0.6. Alright. Now that I have them all at 0.6, I'm going to start putting in the dotted border that our table wants. So I'm going to go to, let's go table design here, excuse me, go to home tab, and I'm going to select no borders. Okay, now I can go into my borders and shading, and I want the dotted, and I want them to be, I don't want any, oops, I don't want these. So I want them to be white. Why can't I deselect that? I'm just going to hit cancel here. Try that one more time. Borders and shading. And I want this, this, and this, and I want it to be the dotted line. Oops. Screwed it up again. That's right. I want to reselect these. You can see that they're now showing up dotted in my preview. And there we go. Alright. I also want my font to be in the middle of my cell. So select that. And it wants us to adjust the picture for this. So we want to make sure it's in black and white. Picture format. Color. Black and white. Select the wrong one here. There we go. Alright, that'll work. Table borders, we did that part. Resize the table so it fits correctly. Looks pretty good. Font, select the cast and change it to the same blocky font, resize 18. Okay. So we'll select the cast, center it, and we want the blocky font. I'll just change it to the typewriter that I have used up top. Remove blank lines in between the table and quartet. So if you see my cursor's in front of this backwards P, I can hold the function and delete to delete that. It says tabs, so we want to have the traveling highlight, the quartet and traveling salesman. Set 2 tabs at 1.3 and 3.5. Use tabs and delete them to get lined up correctly. So I'm just going to use center tabs. I'm just going to put in a tab here. We'll highlight this. I'll grab my center tab and I'll put one at 1.3. That looks like 1.3 right there, and 3.5. Put a tab up there. There we go. All right. It wants use tabs and delete them to get the line up as there. Okay, so now we need some names. We have to type in the names, so we're going to go to the quartet and hit enter. Now, when I hit enter, you see how these transition down. So I'm just going to delete these 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in, I'll start typing out J.C. Squires. I'm going to hit tab, is Gordon Williams. Hit tab again. James Field. Tab is Paul Mardle. Alright, so now I can highlight this row. I'm going to unbold it, and let's decrease the font just a little bit. So even though he's disappeared, we still have tabs in here. So now I can go ahead and grab, let's see, I'll grab this tab and set that at, we'll go with 2. I can always adjust it to 2.5. Let's go 2.5. And then I'm going to set another one, left tab at, we'll go at 2.5. And set my other one at 5 here. Alright, so now I can double click on one of my tabs. Alright, I want this one to have a leader. Hit the plus button. And I also want this one to have a leader. Hit the plus button. And OK. So now, every time I hit enter, these characteristics will copy down. And now I can just type out the rest of my names. Alright, so once we've done that, it just wants us to do the same thing for featured and ensemble. And type in the names of the next group here. So it did want me to change quartet to something blocky again, or a different font. I'm just going to grab my typewriter font again and grab my format painter so that I can do traveling salesman. Remember, if I double click, it will, missed it, but wants me to do the same for these 2. So I can just go here, let's put a tab in, and let me refresh my brain. So 1.3 and 3.5. 1.3 and 3.5. Throw in a tab in the beginning, and there we go. And I grabbed the decimal tab on accident. So if that happens, I can just go here, hit my center, hit my plus button, change this one to center, plus, and OK. And now do the same thing I did above. Did for so what I can probably do here is select this row and select this row. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting this row. And since I haven't put tabs in yet, but I have for this row, I can actually just copy these down. So I can click 2 and 3, and now you see that they all became dark. So now I can just go ahead and type in, I need to change my font. Let's just do this. So now